Hi, so I recently surveyed our readers on what symptoms they want to get rid of in terms of living with lupus, and the most common answers were fatigue, pain, constant infections, the exhaustion, weight gain, brain fog, and of course, rashes. We all live with lupus. As healthy as I am today, I live knowing that I have a monstrous disease that can be awakened at any given time. And when lupus strikes, it can strike hard. I recently had a fellow lupus patient who practices yoga at our wellness center come in for a consult with me. A young, beautiful, disciplined, and smart woman who recently was in the hospital due to a lupus flare. She's had lupus since she was just 19 years old. She's one who joins me in our hot yoga class at 6 a.m., works 2 jobs, and is meticulous in her efforts to fight the disease. She loves yoga as much as I do, and she reminds me so much of myself at the onset of my disease 20 years ago. She's lost over 25 pounds in the last year and struggles with symptoms but works super hard to fight them. She's been wisely saving her money to afford our alkaline detox protocol, as she knew her disease was for her to take ownership of. She comes in with gauze wrapped over her head and ears, as the ears are infected or are oozing with mucus. And she reported having so much pain all over her body and is stressed about how it's affecting her skin. She bravely showed me all her scars, rashes that are affecting her skin. From her face, shoulder, abdomen, her back, her ears, carefully pulling down and up her shirt, wincing with pain from the raw scars that are just barely healing. Her thin arms moving carefully to help me to look. We locked eyes, her confidence rising in the room as she knew I understood what it's like to be struck with a disease that spreads all over our bodies and tries to threaten every iota of hope that we have. We talked at length about her past, how lupus progressively affected her life. We discussed what events might have triggered her symptoms. She shared her experience with her rheumatologist, nephrologist, and dermatologist who made her feel alienated with only toxic medications to offer. We shared how vain we were and laughed at how important it was for us to feel like we have control over our lives, but more importantly, to look normal. Lupus does that to us. It takes away our identity and amplifies the fear that we all have. I've met many lupus patients over my career, and sadly, many have succumbed and adjusted to the life with lupus. They've come to terms with their disease, take the meds religiously, gotten on disability, and identify with their disease so much so that it becomes who they are. There are also bloggers out there that showcases their lives with lupus, documenting how it affects them and encouraging identification as a lupus patient. And I believe we need to challenge our beliefs about our disease. We're not lupus. And Lupus Rebel was born with the mission to challenge all beliefs about the disease, to encourage each of you to fight the disease with all your might. Because it's a powerful disease with potential for such a severe damage, I believe we need to be informed about the disease first and foremost, understand the role of our medical system, learn how to navigate the medical system to make it work in our favor, and then to live every single day fighting the disease by doing something to help our body grow stronger. Reality is that every medical treatment weakens our physiology. No rheumatologist I've had in the last 20 years focused on helping me to heal. They focused on the disease and identified me as the disease, making sure I knew that I had an incurable disease that I must take medications for in order to manage my illness. I realized early on in my journey that it's that very belief that leads us to a life of fear, dependency, and hopelessness. And I knew I didn't want that for myself. Every day, despite the setbacks with lupus, I fought to get stronger, believing that I could heal. I wrote about the power of our minds in last week's blog. The link is below. And when I first started the blog, I did so because I wanted to defy the widespread belief in our lupus community that pain, suffering, debilitation, fatigue, and the meds were the norm. I wanted to provide the community with an alternate path, a path paved with hope, healing, love, and courage. It baffles me, though, how many lupus patients defend their disease and leave negative comments when I say you can heal from this disease. They argue that lupus is incurable. And I believe that's the real issue with our disease. If you believe it's incurable, then you're absolutely right. I work hard to educate those who want to heal, and I'm totally okay with those who want to argue against what I believe. I know I can't change that unless they change their beliefs. I work hard for the lupus rebels who want more out of their lives, who want to surround themselves with positive, like-minded individuals who dare to heal their lupus. That mindset is not easy to come by. It takes tremendous courage to take a leap of faith, but it's one that's required to heal. Any disadvantage can be made as an advantage because I believed and because I did what it took. I'm here today as the lupus rebel, and I am helping lupus patients all over the world challenge their beliefs about the limitations with the disease. And you know what? There are many that are healing from lupus as a result of that shift. I'm living proof, and I will not stop to spread hope, love, and compassion, and of course courage to those who want a different path. From healing retreats to programs, we've got lots in store for you to get yourself out of the hopeless ditch that lupus tends to create. We all have a choice. To believe lupus is incurable is of course your choice. I'm calling those who want to believe we can heal. Miracles are possible, and every impossible is proven possible by those crazy enough to believe it. And that's what Lupus Rebel stands for. It's a movement towards hope, love, healing, and courage to own our lives and health. We are calling on you today to take a leap of faith and join our movement. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel, Dr. Connie Jian, or you can find us on Facebook and Instagram at Lupus Rebel. But if you want to stay in the loop, please subscribe to our mailing list you can find at lupusrebel.com. Like I said, we've got lots to share and won't stop believing in our body's miraculous ability to heal. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll see you guys next week.